Triple M NRL Journos show in the haze of what was a great grand final. Danny Weidler from 9 News.
Take you behind the scenes on everything that happened there.
And Michael Chammas from the Sydney Morning Herald.
Talk Payne Haas and the potential millions on offer from R360.
Here we go. Hello, boys.
Yes.
Happy post-grand final to you both.
Sorry.
What was that for?
It's for end of the season. We're
Okay.
celebrating. you know?
Season's not over, Chammy.
Oh, mate, it's over.
We're about to go to England.
This is true.
Hello, Adam.
That's okay. Spend some time
You
together.
need to pump your tyres up, son. You're
Why?
a bit flat there.
No, I'm fired up. I'm ready to go.
You don't look it. You're
Why?
slouched in your chair.
Well, it's because you gave me the terrible chair.
Well, sit
I was
up.
going to say the S word.
You know,
It's broken.
Danny's happy. He's on holidays.
He's matching.
Well, I've got a couple of days off, yeah.
I did walk into 9 News yesterday and didn't get shot, happily, after my opinions about
I'm
6 p.m.
surprised.
I
You
got
said
out
I wanted
alive.
posters.
But I saw Zach Bailey and I said, where's Danny? He goes, oh, he's walking his cat. He's on, even he's in on it. He said he's on a break.
I copped a bit of the cat walking on when I was doing the lap with the Broncos boys from the Broncos.
Did ya?
Oh, yeah, cat
Oh,
walking.
from the fans. I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
you were
No,
the
no,
players.
no,
I got
no,
excited.
No, cat walking.
Where's your cat?
Yeah, and can you say Danny Weidler, 9 News? I had to do that hard
And you
enough
did do
times.
it too, didn't you? Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And-
we've got to do it.
Yeah.
Early in the year, I had an opinion about Fox Sports, how they dress their presenters, and made the point that it looked a little real estate-ish. And I must compliment you on
Little
your
real estate.
success of selling
Mate.
some real estate at the grand final the other day, Chammy. That was a nice shirt you were wearing.
Look the part, play the part.
Mm.
Okay, it's
Don't
my
know about
Macca's 1994 shirt.
It looked more like you were opening for the rental market rather than a big house in the eastern suburbs.
Well,
5 minutes from the beach, 5 minutes from the airport.
you would know.
Sold.
You would know.
Take us behind the scenes at the grand final, Jen. So obviously in the last 3 days, everyone's said what they've got to say about one of the greatest games of footy that you can watch off the back of one of the greatest final series that you can watch. But the immediate aftermath, and the lead up to the game and during, anything you can enlighten our listeners with about what it was
I
really
know
like.
this is a West Tigers free zone at the moment, but it had for me, I know, and the Broncos are a much bigger club, it had a 2005
Oh, yeah.
celebratory feel to it because, I mean, the great Gus kept on saying throughout the year that the grand final winner was well hidden, and he was right. It
Mm.
was like, I didn't see the Brisbane Broncos doing what they did, even a month out. Like, I thought, yeah, they're a fantastic, flashy side. But the way that it was attacking football largely that won the final series and the grand final. I know there were some big defensive plays there as well, but it had that really uplifting feel to it, which was similar to the Tigers' unexpected feel. I mean, I think I at the start of the year, I think I tipped Melbourne to win the comp or at least be Melbourne Penrith grand final, and Chammy wouldn't have been far different. I mean, we thought Melbourne would be there. For them to lose 2 grand finals in a row is huge, huge. And the feeling afterwards was a really uplifting fairy tale style feeling, which reminded me a little bit of the Tigers back then. And it was like obviously the hero back then was Benji Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
The hero was Reese Walsh, and you know I spent a lot of my professional career making sure I watched everything that Benji Marshall did on a football field.
Yeah.
And I reckon same applies to Reese. I mean, we're
Yeah.
going to be in the next generation. I mean, you interview players today and you ask them who their heroes were, and it's usually Benji Marshall or Sonny Bill Williams. And I think the answer is going to be Reese Walsh for a lot of the next
point.
generation of players.
He's a good point. I guess he's the poster boy of this generation,
Yep.
and not since Benji has someone had that impact. Like I know we've had players who've had breakout years, but when you talk about popularity on field and off field,
Incredible.
I reckon he's Benji 2.0, and he's
Mm.
probably got the potential to go way past anything Benji ever achieved in
Well,
terms
corporate
of off-field.
wise, yeah.
Yeah, just the world of social media. Like even if you think the last time the Broncos won a grand final, like social media wasn't around.
Mm.
So to win a grand final with Brisbane under that brand, under that umbrella, he's just going to be next level.
He's at a bigger club too, isn't he? He's at a huge club. He's got a huge profile already. And yeah, social media is the difference. But Reese is a sort of guy who's clearly, I don't know him well at all. I barely know him, but he's clearly going to embrace all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, the plumber out line,
Well, you just wonder, like a big thing of social media is, sponsored posts, collaborations with the corporate world or whatever brand you're marketing. He's probably got the highest highest per 30-second rate going around, doesn't he?
He would
If you
have, yeah.
telling about selling
Surely.
sponsorships on social media, he'd have the best going
He's
rate.
got like the thing is if you actually compare him, like you'd say Nathan is one of the most marketable athletes we've got, but Nathan is, I don't mean this disrespectful, but Nathan is a bit vanilla. Reese has got that Nick Kyrgios about him, where no matter if you love him or hate him, you still want to read about him, you still want to watch him, and that makes him so marketable. And
Nathan's got that corporate appeal to me.
Yeah.
Whereas
Well, this is the personality. Like,
Yeah,
you
there's
can't
just
hide your personality.
no,
and
but
that's what-
Nathan's, and
just
that's
a
what
really quiet,
Nathan's
humble
safe.
guy. Yeah.
Nathan's safe. Like
he's more of a introverted character than Reese, isn't he? I mean, like
Yeah.
we have seen Nathan do the samurai thing, and he did, he did the ice in the veins thing on the field, and so he does do stuff which sort of has broader appeal or has meaning. But Reese, he was walking around the lap of honour with a toilet in his hand. We got shots of it. Like I said to my camo, he's carrying a toilet. Like
that mug, who like
I don't
that
know,
is
yeah.
whoever did design the mug, the toilet mug,
Yeah.
needs to have a trademark on that.
Yeah.
Because that is going to sell.
You need to have your own little rugby league shop, Chammy. I can see you doing it. You could do your
We should have like I like that, like a
Chammy-
left field. rugby
Chammy's
league shop.
weird stuff.
Yeah, like your shirt.
Yeah, the one I
Cord
did.
shirt.
My wife threw it in the bin.
Yeah, that one.
Good.
The cat walking T-shirt.
Yes.
More importantly, the Reese toilet. I mean, you could. Yeah, I think you should get into that.
I do believe that corduroy hats with a cat, a dude walking a cat.
Could work.
Yeah.
Because Dobbo's walking around with even on grand final day, he's got the hat with the difference on it because he came up with the name to call Billy. He kept calling Billy Walters the difference.
Right.
And it caught on. Now he's
Okay.
got like the difference hat.
Yeah. Fair
And that
enough.
was a
merch.
great moment too, wasn't it? The having Billy.
Yeah,
up
bit
on
out of
stage.
nowhere.
Yeah, I thought that was all class from the Broncos and Adam Reynolds.
Hey, so you're on the field minutes after full time, seconds after full time, because you got full access. Give us an insight into, we're talking about Reese Walsh. I'm not sure Reese Walsh is in that position without Michael Maguire. Now, before the season, you could argue oil and water, but it did mix and it did work in spectacular fashion. Michael Maguire, his demeanour, okay, we see the interviews and we see him celebrating, but was there an air of stick that up you,
Of course it was.
mixed with overjoyed emotion?
I think we've said here before that Michael Maguire doesn't forget. He doesn't forget stuff that people have said. I don't have to go over old ground about all the spew buckets and all, whatever it is, right? He doesn't forget. And that's part of him. And whether you like him or you don't, that his record now is quite remarkable.
The last 3 years.
Well, it's just remarkable.
Well, paint him in the picture of where his reputation was at the moment that Fox released that documentary, which was absorbing to watch.
The Tiger Tales.
The
Tiger
Tales of
Town.
Tiger
yeah,
Tales of
yeah.
Tiger Town compared to
Well, that
3
destroyed
years
him. That and Michael Chammas.
I had someone come up to me actually after the game, one of Madge's mates, and he said, "Chammas, are you going to be positive about Madge now?" And he's just, I don't know who the guy was. I met him that night. He said, "Mate, you're lucky." He goes, "Madge had me going around to your house at one point."
Whoa! Was he a big unit?
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
Might be the bloke he trains with at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Maybe.
I met him in Melbourne Origin time. Madge gets up early,
Yeah.
and he's throwing the weights around and
He challenges you in that regard.
Well, he was up at the same
With
time as me.
the not throwing the
No,
weights
no,
around,
no,
throwing
the-
10,
the-
but yeah,
But
alarm clock.
But he did Madge was that was an obvious moment for Madge. Winning like he did, and quite incredible. The record, which it's there for everybody to see now, and whether it's going to be long lasting, who knows? With whether he can sustain that at Brisbane, who knows? Whether he might be there for 3 years and goes to another club and creates what he created for the Brisbane Broncos. You can't knock it because all this talk that it was there for him to. I think Brisbane finished 12th last year, so it wasn't like it was a given. It's not like they were on the up when he took over.
Oh, they also played in the grand final 2 years earlier.
But
It's not like he had a dud
They were
team.
12th before.
Yeah, I understand.
And
that, but
they needed a reboot.
this whole
and he
notion, though,
rebooted
that Kevy does deserve some credit for what he did. I'm not saying he deserves to be acknowledged as the guy who led him to a premiership, but he did take over a team that was pretty good. Now, I
Jamie,
want
they
to say to
were
him, yeah, They were in the grand final the year
12th
before.
to bet 12th to grand final winner is a pretty impressive effort.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not diminishing what he's saying.
You want to, though.
No, I'm not at all. I haven't. From the moment he got the job, I actually said it was a good appointment because I know what you're saying. You're going to say, "I was tiger bashing him at the club." At the end of the day, let's put it out there. What was happening at the Tigers was a disaster. They didn't buy in, right? I've said from the start, Madge is not a rebuild coach.
Is that on the Tigers or is that on Madge?
It's both.
Mm.
Because what happened was, and I think Madge has learned, Madge doubled down. Madge had a way that he knew worked.
Mhm.
It worked at St. Helens. It worked at, it worked at Wigan, and it worked at
Yep.
the South Sydney Rabbitohs. So when he goes into South Sydney, he's like, okay, I'm a winner. This is how it gets done. And he told them all, this is how we win a premiership. The problem for Madge is he didn't have the personnel and the caliber of player to be able to get the outcomes that he needed out of those players. So when he put them to the test, they all rebelled.
Yep.
They didn't want to go and work hard. They didn't have it in them. And the more that they pushed back, the harder Madge went, to the point where he lost them. And I'm sorry, Danny, he did lose them. And that's not a reflection of him as a coach. Maybe an unwillingness to bend, an unwillingness to try and adapt to the people around him. But that's why Madge is not a rebuild coach. And that's why the moment he got the job at Brisbane, I said, this is going to be brilliant for him because he is perfect with great players. He can take a team from here to the next level. But what he can't do is drag them from the bottom. And he showed that at the Tigers. But the lessons he took from that and what he instilled at New South Wales and then what he instilled at the Broncos is why they have won a premiership. And he deserves all the credit he gets. I knew from the moment he got there, he was going to take this team to a level that was going to be competitive for a grand final.
Mid-season, there were a lot of doubts, weren't there?
Yeah, but I never was one of the anti-bucket spewing and you can't put Gordon Tallis in that category of bag and Madge because at the end of the day, he's defending his mate. And there's a level of respect for him defending Kevy. Like, he's going to die in a ditch over that. He's going to defend Kevy till the nth degree because he doesn't like the way he's been treated. He doesn't like that a club legend has been kicked out the door after making the grand final only 12 months earlier. So I can respect the fact that his mentality and his view on Brisbane and Madge is skewed by his commitment and love for Kevy Walters. You can respect that.
You can't knock someone's loyalty to a mate.
No.
But you also then have to take those glasses off and acknowledge what Madge did. And that's where I think he deserves an extreme amount of praise for what he did. And you talk about the Tigers he couldn't rebuild. Well, the Broncos did need some rebuilding. It wasn't
the same, Danny.
I know they had talent in that roster which the Tigers didn't have. Question without any notice, Chammy. Do you remember the process the Tigers went through to get Madge there and why they went for him?
He was the best available at the time.
Yeah.
I remember right in the story that Justin Pascoe, the CEO at the time, rang Madge because...
Was this after Ivan bailed?
Yeah, Ivan bailed, remember?
Yeah.
He jumped off the bus.
Yeah.
But then after Ivan jumps off the bus, Madge's business partner or one of his associates calls the Tigers reception and leaves a message saying, if you're interested in Michael Maguire, please call his number. He called reception.
It's almost like a prank call.
It's like
Well, the Tigers thought it was.
the modern version of sending a carrier pigeon.
But that's how it started at the
Guys,
Tigers.
mobile phones.
That's incredible, isn't it?
But
Smoke
the
signal.
way he embraced Reese Walsh, and I think that every fibre of Michael Maguire would have been like, I need to change this kid. I can't let him be front and centre because Madge doesn't like that. He doesn't like his players being front and centre and being out there, putting themselves out there. But he
What
has
he's walked into here.
he's evolved as a coach and he's accepted Reese Walsh for who he is because he probably knew to get the best out of him, he has to change as a coach. And that's where I give him credit for being able to get a young squad and finding a way for them to still be themselves, but also reining it in a little bit, saying, I don't need you to be a rock star all the time, but you can still be yourself. And he deserves credit for that.
There are two other things I think, or at least that I want to talk about from on the field.
Or in the dressing rooms
or
as
in the
well.
dressing-
They
there's a few-
celebrated.
there's a few,
They
but-
got going pretty quick, didn't they, in
Yeah.
those rooms?
So I've been extremely critical of Ezra Mam, and more so the NRL for the piss poor punishment they handed out to him, and I thought that it should have been the year. It wasn't. That's not Ezra's fault. What he did earlier was his fault. His grand final display was incredible. Like his impact on that game defensively more than anything, and spiritually and emotionally was just out of this world. And I want to give him credit for the way he played. And, I don't agree with anything he did off the field way back when. And I think that was all poorly handled. However, his ability to bounce back from that,
Mm.
and I'm saying this without just on the football field, his contribution deserves acknowledgement as much as a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that. And I dealt with him on the field. I'd never met him before, and I found him to be easy to deal with and respectful. And I thought what I asked him about that journey. He didn't want to go into it on the field, obviously. However, I have to give him credit for the way he played.
All I'll say about Ezra Mam is hope he has a better off-season than last off-season.
Yeah, and the other, there's so many good stories there, but I dragged Ben Hunt away from the celebration at one point.
How was he? Was he still groggy?
That's fine.
Because he went to Disneyland and back.
He was fine.
With
And
that hit.
I said, Ben, I need you to do something for me. I need you to come to that spot where you dropped the ball 10 years ago and have a chat to me there.
Well done.
And
his greatest moment.
Well, he had no his
yeah.
only hesitation was, mate, I haven't seen my family.
Yeah.
I want to see my family, so I'll be quick. Let's just go there. And to his credit, he went there, talked about it, and it says a lot about the person that Ben Hunt is, and his story and the way back after some tough times at the Dragons. I know he's been well paid, all that sort of stuff, but the fact that he was back at the club where he made his career to a large degree, where he had that moment which no one will ever forget. No, he won't even forget it, even though he's got a competition. But I have to give, again, enormous praise to him and his mental toughness and his resolution to get to where he is now.
Bits happen on that exact patch of turf, by the way, over the years. It's exactly where John Aloisi struck his penalty in 2005.
It's where Nathan Cleary stepped off his left foot and broke past Brisbane.
Bits happened right there. Good journalism, Dan. You're planning it, throw forward.
I like that.
Well,
I'll give you a wrap.
On your feet.
Yeah, thank you.
Thinking on your feet.
First one for the year.
No, you deserve
35
it. 35
podcasts.
That time you have a bit of a thought about what you do. Anyway, I'm not going to. I gave you a wrap. Just take the wrap.
He nearly took it too far. He is brilliant at taking it one step too far, and finally he stopped it.
Always
Stopped himself.
Anyhow.
Celebrations, what were they like? Like, was it?
Well, you were there.
I saw you. He was having a cigar inside the...
That's not true.
Were you both in there?
Yeah, I jumped in for a bit. Yeah, just to soak it up.
Yeah.
They let us in fairly soon. I watched the team song and the champagne and stuff through the door. They didn't let us in for that. The 9 broadcast had those shots.
Yep.
But when you walk in and I could smell the smoke coming through out the door. It stunk in there of cigar smoke. I didn't like it at all. Like, it was, I don't know why, whose idea it was.
Yeah.
Did you hear the Stefano stuck wear up?
No.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
No, I only saw it on social media.
What do you think of that? I'm happy with it. I'm happy with both ends. Like, love that Stefano lit the fuse.
Throw it out, take it, move on.
And I like the Broncos rubbing in his face. Move on. And then, do you know what? Next year, the Storm are going to be thinking about, if they go on and win it, they're going to be rubbing it in Brisbane's face. Yeah. And that's what it's built on. Like, I was watching Stefano, who was going at him at that game. Was there a bit of extra niggle in one of the tackles? It's fascinating. It's part of the entertainment.
Payne Haas went to go and do something to him early in the game, I remember. He just couldn't get near him enough to inflict some damage. But you could see there was a bit of extra spice in there.
I approached Pat Carrigan after the game and said how much of that was about Stefano. And he said, look, we're going to be battling for years to come. He can say he had no issue.
Apparently, I'd seen Reese's comments about Stefano stuck and that wear up. And then they dragged him into the press conference straight after. So I was going back to the room to write the story about him giving it to Stefano. And then I asked the journalists as they came out, what did Reese say about Stefano? And they said, oh, no, he was really good. He was really measured. He didn't say anything negative about him. I said, it was different as what he's doing on social media, which, you know what, it's the right way to handle it. In the end, he wanted to be respectful on camera, but as he does it on social media.
So you were in that press conference?
No, I went up to file the story.
I don't know if you heard it, but the way that Walsh spoke in that was quite incredible.
I don't know, when did he become such a good talker?
Yeah, because when you interview him, there's a lot of bloodies and mate and this. Yeah. And I only heard that the next day because I interviewed him twice. I interviewed him on the field.
Sorry.
What?
You interviewed him twice.
Well, no, then I was in the rooms and I was speaking to his dad.
Ah, okay.
And his dad came and jumped. So Reese came in and jumped in on the chat I was having with his dad.
Yeah.
and he was pretty well, not loosey goosey, but he's
Yeah.
the guy who you all see
Yeah.
the social media Reese. But when I saw that press conference next, I was like, whoa, that was highly impressive.
Yeah, he's
Ratings were highly impressive, 4.5 nearly, and that was average, was it?
It
Yes,
was the
average.
average,
The reach.
4.46, yeah.
So the average for punters out there, the average is the average over the course of the whole broadcast, which is a window of the game because they break up post game and pre game and just put game. So that's the average, and then the reach is anyone who tapped in for a minute or more on it. And I think the reach was over 6 million, which is pretty good. So,
yeah, it's crazy.
which was up on AFL. It's the perfect storm. It's Brisbane, it's Melbourne, everyone in Sydney watching as well. So it's perfect like that. I mean, even our socials here at Triple M, 5 million views across the grand final weekend. It's quite incredible numbers, which leads me to the next point. Does the NRL go to market now, 2 years out?
What
Or are they going to delay?
hang on, so what, start talks or?
Yeah.
I think they have to start talks now anyway. And look, I'm not privy to where that's all at, but yeah, I'd imagine there'll be, if it hasn't already started, it's about to.
Interesting. At the grand final luncheon on the Thursday, on table 1, to the left of Andrew Abdo was the Prime Australia head of content.
Yeah, okay. So barrier draws are important here when it comes to
run
the
me
horse
through. I
racing
was
thing.
at
So,
that
but
lunch,
like this is where it's at. This is where you
Well,
can really dive into.
Ali Gilbert, the head of content for Prime Australia.
So Amazon Prime. Yep.
Yeah, she was sitting next to
That's it,
Abdo
that's it.
on
Okay, I
table
wasn't-
1,
Right.
and to the other side of him was the Prime, the boss of Prime in New York, Amazon Prime in New York. He was to the right of him.
Right.
Now that was interesting.
Welcome to Thursday Night Football on Amazon
That was
Prime.
interesting.
Well, what was interesting, I mean, also on that table were a bunch of Fox/News Corp people.
Yeah,
Yep.
they were on that table. As
I
well.
didn't. I looked at it and I didn't see any Channel 9 person.
I don't think any of the Channel 9 bigwigs were at the lunch.
They were. No, they were.
they were?
Oh, yeah. The people were there. I talked to them there.
Oh well, they weren't. They weren't on table 1.
Table
So-
1 was not.
And
Yeah, Channel 9.
Interestingly, I know I didn't go in, but I wrote that inside the Landis' Chairman's Lounge on Grand Final night, for the first time in a long time, Channel 7 were represented. The CEO, Jeff Howard, was
Which
there.
means we were represented because we're like Triple M saying we.
The other person who I saw there as well was Craig Hutchison from
Hutchie.
from SEN, and
Yep.
he's been at a few things with Peter V'landys where he's a bit of a mover and shaker for.
Well, I
reckon
listened to
for
his
7, right?
I listened to his sounding board
Right.
podcast yesterday,
Mhm.
and his mate who just needles him because they needle each other. It's quite
That's
funny
Damien
actually.
Barrett,
Damien
yeah,
Barrett.
yeah.
He was into him saying you're doing Channel 7's dirty work
Well, he was
with PVL.
he was there with PVL at Vegas.
Yeah.
And I know they're a partner, but I mean, he also is
Yeah.
a bit of a mover and shaker for Channel 7. So you have to wonder what's going on. But then you also have to wonder where the hell Channel 7 can put rugby league.
I heard a whisper they're looking at Saturday night time slot, but the value for Channel 9 then is, well, they don't pay as much if 7 get the Saturday night 7:30 game.
Yeah.
It just depends how much the NRL want to break it up. Like, as a consumer of rugby league, you don't want to be going to 4 different places to watch it. You don't
or
want
at least paying for 4 different
Well,
places.
you don't. Well, you're going to pay.
Yeah,
for multiple.
I can absolutely guarantee, given I've seen it in another sport fragment and really, really
Soccer.
be unhelpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you got to be so careful.
I think you have to
so
be careful. Yeah, I think you have to be really careful in dividing it up like that. But the day will come when there's a streaming service that does it, I guess. But if it's now, if it's this deal or the next deal, I don't know.
Well done to Channel 9 News for the strong lead-in for the grand final as well, 6 p.m. After those ratings, I mean, it's in the contract that the grand final time will not change this cycle until 2028. And if they do, they're playing with fire after those ratings, obviously. But an AFL grand final still did rate 4.1 average
Adam,
on a Saturday Arvo.
You know AFL, like you understand that market better than I do. But from everything I hear, they are a little bit jealous that we have a night grand final.
Yes.
And they want to move towards that.
They want a twilight.
Whereas there's a push for us to go back. And look, I don't know what the right answer is, but it's interesting that this sport that we're in competition with look at our night grand final or our evening grand final with envy.
Mm.
So we must be doing something.
Is there any other major competition in the world that has a daytime finale like the Super Bowl? Is at night.
generally speaking, not. But Super Bowl's hard because the whole of America watches it. So it has I think it's 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern,
Yeah.
which means 4 p.m.
Yeah.
West Coast.
Yeah.
Still, FA Cup final has an afternoon kickoff.
World Cup finals night.
Depends where it could be at 6 o'clock in the
country.
morning. The way the heat's going to be at the next World Cup,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, look at like things like Wimbledon. They want to move back.
Yeah.
Further, so
Do they? I didn't know that.
yeah, I think so.
And the other thing, which I mean, your sport, cricket. I mean, I love cricket. But the Test cricket at night to me is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I love watching.
Problem is the games go 2 days
I know,
instead of 5.
yeah. But it's still a great watch, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Mitch Stark agrees because he's taken 8,000 wickets with the pink ball. But yeah, just one last one on the TV coverage. Gus from the hospital bed to the coverage.
Yeah, he was crook. He's had to have I don't understand this fully, but a monitor inserted into his chest, which measures his heart rate, and that it's connected to his iPhone and to his doctor's iPhone apparently. So
yeah,
and but it just shows he's a tough bugger. Yeah, I mean, I'd be having a couple of weeks off, I reckon, if that happened to me, and Chammy'd probably have a 6 months off.
I might retire.
Yeah, and he showed up. He was full of spark, and the way he was on the panel at the end of the game, he was at his best, analysing the game and talking about what had happened. And good on him for doing that.
Training hard in army camps with Madge.
I heard a rumour he was sleeping in his car in between the games.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, someone said they saw him sleeping in his car.
Well, he doesn't sleep normally, so he's probably just catching up on a
big few days for him. So.
Yeah.
Melbourne Chammy. So you were there at Grand Final Day, obviously working behind the scenes, and you actually broke a yarn on the day about Gold Coast Titans looking at some kind of role for Craig Bellamy in the not the immediate future, but the near future. All their talk around their players: Cameron Munster, Ryan Pappenhausen, Jonah Pezzett, movement. The word rebuild even got thrown in because teams don't lose 2 grand finals and then find success the year after, generally speaking, in rugby league. Where's it all at with Melbourne?
They made 2 grand. Nah, come on. Oh, well...
No, well, if those players that I mentioned there, if 1 or 2 of them move on, I'm not saying it's a rebuild of Jonah Pezzett moves, but if Pappenhausen and Munster go, then you're looking at something that's, there's a regeneration.
I can't see them both going. I can't see the Storm in any way losing 2 of those guys. They will let go of 1, I imagine. Jonah will go somewhere and play, but if Pappenhausen goes to Rugby 360, they won't let Munster go. There's no way in the world.
Where do you think Jonah goes?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Is it a loan or is it a?
Well, that's what I think. I think he's ready to now take the step and become a permanent fixture.
He's a good enough player.
He's a good enough player
already.
For so long, he's been willing to just bide his time, and you got to respect the patience and discipline he's shown. But now, from what I'm hearing, he's ready. He's ready to start his NRL career somewhere. So
you've got a good feel on who needs a halfback, Chammy. I mean,
I thought Parramatta might play him. Look at Messi. He's just on a lot of money, Danny. Parramatta can't throw that sort of money.
Why not? What are they?
He's on a lot of money.
Can they make a move? Can they?
Well, no.
What's he on now?
I think it's beyond. I think it's 500.
Jeez, for a backup.
Well, that's what they're paying. It's going to be 500 next year, so they're paying on potential, and it's a lot of money for them to keep there. He's not going to play. You would think he goes to the Dragons and walks in, but as I said on this podcast previously, I don't think his manager, Braithen Astor, has been a fan of the way the club has treated Lockie Ilias. So that would leave a sour taste in the manager's mouth, and whether or not you want to go to a club that's treated someone like that in their mind.
Yeah.
I think Parramatta's a great fit. I think him and Mitchell Moses.
Seems like a perfect fit.
Like, I actually look back at you. We're going to go there. But if you look back 3 or 4 months ago, like Galvin with Moses would have been a perfect fit. Like he was tossing up between Dogs and Para. And I know the Dogs see him as a long-term prospect, but imagine he went to Parramatta. Mitchell Moses would have been a perfect foil for him.
Just move on. See the stress on his face?
No, it wasn't stress. It was like, do I go there? I don't want to. It's a Galvin-free podcast.
Okay, what about, Pezzett? Surely Parramatta move mountains to try and get him there, because I feel like if he's there...
Is he a 6 though? Does he want to be a main man? Because the other thing is,
Moses
Madison's gone over to England.
Mitchell Moses is a 6 in Origin.
Yeah,
and he's brilliant. He's brilliant at 6.
Madison, he's going to come back. That's a lot of money on the books.
Yeah.
Okay. They've also got this situation around Lomax that may open the door for him.
Well, it appears like it will.
Well, you don't know. Who knows what's going to happen with Rugby 360? Like, there's so many questions around it. So I hope Jonah Pezzett starts his career somewhere, and Melbourne are quite respectful in the fact that they
Canberra?
not willing to stand in. I don't think they've got the money.
Okay.
They've bought who'd they buy at 6? They bought a backup 6, didn't they? Who'd they buy? I've just gone blank.
Yeah, me too. Did they?
Well, they got Sanders there. Oh, they went after Sanders Smith and missed out.
I didn't think they bought anyone.
No, they didn't, did they?
Well done. Work that out.
Good chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Rugby league. It's off season, bro. I don't know.
Craig Bellamy.
Yep.
I can't see him. He retires by leaving Melbourne. I can't see how he ends up somewhere else.
Well, I got a call 10 o'clock on Saturday night about Craig Bellamy saying he's done at the Titans, and I had to make calls on Sunday,
Jeez.
which is when I wrote the story. Now, I wouldn't say he's. Did I say Melbourne? He's done at the Titans. I don't think that's the case. I made the calls on Sunday morning. They wanted him to coach before they appointed Hannay. They asked the question. Didn't happen. He's going to be at Melbourne. He's got one more year on his deal next year at Melbourne. Now, I spoke to the Storm. They expect him to move into some sort of role post-coaching. But reality is Craig Bellamy's family, his kids, these grandkids, they're up in the Gold Coast. And his plan is to go up to live there once he retires. So the Titans hope that instead of him travelling back and forth to Melbourne to help out with the club, that he takes up a role with them in 2027. Nothing, as far as I know, nothing's locked in.
So is it a throw at the stumps from the Titans with that family knowledge, or is it
Yes.
something
That's
that
a good
the Bellamy
throw too.
camp?
I think it's worth having a shot. Like you've got to ask those questions, don't you, as a club? I mean, you're not doing your work as a CEO or have a football manager if you're not asking those sorts of questions. So I think it's a worthwhile both story and a throw.
When you got to the ground on Sunday, were you like a fly in a bottle, just everywhere? Just
because
all
I
corners
couldn't
trying
really,
to stand
I
this
couldn't
yarn
really
up?
ring Bellamy. I had to ring some
No,
people.
probably
as well,
not in the morning of the
No,
grand
no,
final.
Yeah, that wasn't really.
Or Frank Panisi.
Or Frank Panisi. I couldn't ring those guys, but I knew I was onto something when the Titans were all ducking for cover and being coy with their answers. So, we wrote the story a few hours before kickoff.
Quick break. R360, Buzz, retiring, giving Danny a free hit on a Sunday morning, all that and more after this. Guys, PVL was on the Triple M coverage on Sunday, and he's doubled down the days since. But this is what he had to say about the prospect of R360 on the horizon.
We've looked at this supposed model that they're going to put forward. It'll go broke within weeks, not even months. The way that's being structured, so anyone that's signing up for these groups really needs to look at the fine detail. You're risking your whole career for a short-term sugar hit. Now, we might take some pretty harsh action against those people that don't show the loyalty that they should be showing to the game.
How harsh, Peter?
Look, the clubs are furious, and they're furious with some specific managers, and we are meeting next week with the clubs, and we will certainly listen and we will certainly take action.
Pretty dismissive, and since then, the rugby union nations, the big nations, all have got together with a joint statement saying any player that goes from rugby union to this new competition, forget about singing your national anthem before a game, before a test match. So they're lining it up to try and knock this down before it even starts. Where are we at, guys? Are managers still working behind the scenes to meet with R360 and see what's really on the table?
Well, in R360 have sent out a statement. They've been very quiet, but in response to all the union nations sending out their statement to ban players from playing test matches, they've put out their own statement. Our philosophy is clear. If players want to play for their country, they should have that opportunity. Why would the union stand in their way? And then a note to editors. Then they're saying we've submitted more than 120 pages of documents to World Rugby outlining detailed plans developed by world-leading experts on a range of areas from competition regulations to player welfare, and an anti-doping policy. So basically, they're saying that we've given Rugby 360 everything that they need. Rugby Union everything that they need, and as part of that, we want to work collaboratively, but they don't want to. Now, if you look at Payne Haas, we reported yesterday that Reedy reported that he was going to meet with Rugby 360 yesterday. Him and Carianis. Late last night, we both reported that meeting had been.
Payne and Carianis are meeting with Rugby 360.
No, Reedy and Carianis reported that Payne was meeting with Rugby 360.
I thought Carianis
on Tuesday. He's a powerful man, not that
very
powerful.
powerful.
Anyway, we both reported last night that meeting was postponed because Ahmed Murhi, the manager of Payne Haas, wants to make sure that they aren't in breach of any rules with the NRL. They want to do everything by the book. So that's credit.
That's credit to Ahmed too, isn't it? I mean, like the fact that a lot of agents have just been going, like a bull at a gate going for this. But Ahmed obviously values his role as an agent, and knows that this is a very emotional thing at the moment.
Yeah.
And good on him for wanting to do things the right way.
Yeah, because Clinton Schifosky's upset some people at the NRL. There's some NRL management.
Do you think Clinton cares? Or?
No, well, clearly not. He's obviously throwing out a lot of his clients and organising negotiations for likes of Pappenhausen and Lomax, and I think Jai Gray's with him as well, isn't he? He's with that company.
Well, he's just doing his job.
But it's obviously angered the NRL, right?
Yeah.
So in this situation with Payne Haas, I asked the question, where's it all at? And the answer was, we've indicated they're interested in Payne Haas. We said if the figure is north of $2 million US, which is 3 million Australian
a season,
tax free, then
we'll be interested in having a conversation. If not, we don't want to waste anyone's time. And the indication was we're still willing to talk.
Yeah.
Now we have to remember, 3 million Australian dollars. Given the rules, you're allowed to reside in any country of your choice. If you're in a tax-free country, if you're living in Dubai, then 3 million Australian dollars is the equivalent of earning $5.5 million before tax. So if you're going to a season, if you're going to earn 5 times the amount of what you can earn in Australia, which is what he's going to earn, you would be mad not to think about it. Payne Haas wants to stay at the Broncos. They're going to have to get, what's he going to earn? Maybe 1-1. They probably can't go much more.
1-2, yeah.
What's he going to get in Sydney? 1-2, 1-3. Is he really going to uproot his family and move to Sydney for $100,000, 50 after tax? Not going to happen. Even going to Perth for another $300,000. I can't see it happening.
Chammy, from everything I hear, it's Broncos or something outside of rugby league.
Or a payday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah. And the payday, they've made it clear, is in the form of 3 million Australian dollars or more.
Yeah.
So if you're his manager and you can get that, of course you're going to have that conversation.
You've got to have that conversation. You've got to, you just have to have that conversation. And but the other conversation you have to have is, you're a brilliant footballer. Like, I think Payne Haas is on the road, if he's not already there, to being the greatest front rower we've seen. And how that impacts the memory of him or his legacy is something only Payne.
Yeah, but you have to understand the context of what he's gone through in.
Yeah,
I know the backstory. He's two of his brothers. He's got 2 kids himself. There's another 8 kids who obviously he's helping out as well. Parents are both in prison.
Yeah.
So it's tough for him. So the money, more than anyone else, is going to be a factor. Like, you'd go to News Corp for 5 times your salary.
News Corp wouldn't have me.
Well,
you
wouldn't go for 5 times. Hey, on the weekend, I heard them giving odds for who's going to take over Buzz's column. You were $151.
There you go.
Mate, you should be $1,051.
Yeah. There you go. That's true.
Who's favourite?
I thought it was Reedy the favourite.
Yeah.
Then they had Webby in there. I think I was at $15.
Yeah.
Get on it. Good odds. Sorry, Brandon Smith. I can't. Too soon. Too soon.
Inside knowledge.
Friend day.
Yeah. Nothing's happening, by the way. There's no inside knowledge.
If you're at News Corp next year, am I allowed to do this podcast with you?
Wow.
Am I allowed to ring you?
Wouldn't that be an off-season signing?
I'm going to News Corp, guys. I'm 9 for life. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
Are you just before we get back to R360? Are you happy that your old mate, your sparring partner on a Sunday's given up his page? So you've got you're now going to be the established force on a Sunday morning.
Oh wow! You're saying he wasn't already?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you were. You said you're going to be the established force.
I've gone head to head with Buzz for 30 odd years, or not probably that long, to be honest, 20 something odd years, doing that column. And I enjoy the challenge every single week because he's a very good journo.
Yeah.
And I will.
Come on, mate.
No, look, we're different people. We don't always get along.
So you'll miss it?
Yeah, I like the combat with Buzz.
Can I ask
but you know what? I respect whoever they're going to put in there as well. Like, I mean, whether it's Bullfrog or you or...
Oh, you can't say I respect whoever they put in there and call him
Bulldog.
Bullfrog.
So I call him Bullfrog.
We're going to be hanging out with him in the Ashes. You can't be disrespecting him.
But I call Bullfrog to his face.
Yeah, good, as long as you do that.
Yeah, I do. Or Reedy or whoever. It's all a challenge. Everyone's,
After 20 years, who do you think won?
Come on.
Who won? Did you beat him over 20 years?
I don't know, Chammy.
Do you think you beat him?
I don't know, Chammy. It's not for me to decide.
Okay.
It's not my call.
Let's put out a poll out there for next week.
Yeah. Danny's kept his column very straighty 180 the whole time. It's the same format the whole time, like different content. But Buzz added things like Saint, Sinner, Shush.
I don't do that.
Like had like athlete free zones and little.
Yeah, we're different.
Yeah.
We're different. I just
You don't want to evolve and add
No.
a few things like that?
No, not at this stage.
Fair
If I
enough.
get told to evolve, I will. I do what my bosses want.
Oh, that's
Company-
why he survived
I'm a
so long.
company man.
Oh, what a guy.
Company man, eh?
What a guy.
What a guy.
I'd be careful of him.
I'm
Yeah.
coming. What, for his column?
Yeah.
Take his column?
Yeah.
I got no interest.
It's hard work.
I'll
Harvey
just, I'll
Norman.
just feed him in
Adam,
the background.
I understand why Buzz after, that's the first thing to go.
Yeah.
Because he's still going to be a journo.
Yeah,
he's still got his Monday column and
Yeah, he's got an
whatever else.
interview with Jordan Ricky already lined up
there you
for
go.
next March.
That's funny.
Buzz would have loved that.
Yes,
would've
he did.
loved it.
He loves the relevance, and well, it's true. He says that he likes to be relevant.
No, mate, on his way out, he had a crack at yours truly. Have a listen to this from the earlier this week on Triple M NRL Daily.
Fantastic year by both of you. Well done. So enjoy your holidays. Ready, you're back next week. You, Adam Peacock, David Riccio.
Ooh, hold
Every
on.
Monday for the next few weeks.
Back
That's
with
a
Riccio.
bit of an upgrade. You've upgraded
It's a
from
massive
Buzz. You've
upgrade.
upgraded
You
from
can bring
me.
your
Massive
cap back
upgrade.
because Peacock wears that bloody wanker cap.
Does he? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You
We
want
don't
me to
like
look
the
like a
cap.
wanker as well, do
I
you?
don't, mate. Celebrities, caps. You're not a celebrity. You're not.
You've made me one. I've just ridden your coattails.
He's had a crack at drive-by. Like
Hey,
that's a
George.
Holt Street drive-by, that is, about me wearing a hat.
Oh, he doesn't. He thinks you're up yourself. I'm wearing a hat today.
I'm wearing a hat and I made it the most American one I could find just to piss him off even more. So there you go, Buzz. LA
Good on
Lakers
ya.
hat just for
Mate,
you, pal.
mate, you are a celebrity, though.
It's nothing to do with celebrity. It's more to do with covering the freaking light bouncing off the top of my head and the gaps in it.
I've told you, mate, coconut oil does wonders.
Yeah, right. I was that for something else. Just
How
back
many-
to how did we get
coconut
here?
trees in your backyard, Chammy? A lot.
360.
NRL
Are we
360
fair to
or
get
R?
no R360?
We're going back there.
Yeah, we'll just go back there
We'll have to
briefly.
do
Are we
it.
fair to him that this is actually going to happen, or is there a lot of finding it? Like Volandis is saying out of a cornflake packet, just smashing it because he loves smashing rugby union, and he's right to an extent. He said be very, very careful to find out all the actual details because he says he's seen the business plan. He says it just doesn't stack up, and I kind of get it as well because this is a tournament, a competition without any kind of like historical culture to it, as in fandom, all of those things. Where does the truth lie at the moment, or is it just going to like park it and see where it is in 6 months' time?
I think it'll happen, Adam.
Mm.
Honestly, think it'll. I'm not saying it's going to be a success. It's going to
Where's
last
the money
long,
from, Chammy?
mate. I don't think they get this far without something.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not having a crack.
does
at
it
I
die
don't
in the
know.
ass, mate?
Is it Saudi?
Maybe it does.
It's not, I don't think it's Saudi.
No.
No? They've
It's
got no
private
money in it?
It's private equity.
Private equity.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah.
I just think it starts. I'm not saying it's going to be revolutionary. I'm not saying it's going to be the death of rugby league, but I think it starts and we lose some players.
If I'm a player and I'm getting that big money offer, I'd be saying up front, I want to see the money up front because
You're not going to get all of it up front.
well, I'd want enough to make it worth my while
Yeah.
to throw in my otherwise successful career where I'm making good money.
The guys like Payne Haas and Pappenhausen, though, if it falls over, they walk into contracts. They walk into NRL contracts.
Unless
Someone like Jai
unless-
Gray, maybe not. It's a risk. But I think if you're Payne Haas stature in the game,
of course, but
Not
And
with
that-
new clubs coming in.
or-
If you're an established first grader, you walk out of the game, you walk back in
most
with new
of them
clubs
will, yeah,
coming in.
yeah.
unless
not the
PVL
money that they're
makes
on, though.
good on
Yeah.
his threats of banning and all that sort of stuff.
you can't ban guys who are off contract.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
If
let's-
you walk out on a contract and you
That's fair game.
then I
yeah,
can
Payne Haas
understand
has
the
got
NRL.
another year.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Yeah.
There's no suggestion Payne Haas is
Yeah.
going to walk out on the Broncos next year.
Good news for the Broncos. You guys are off on a little jaunt to the UK. You
Yes.
staying in the same hotel?
No, he's staying at the team hotel because he's demanded Channel 9 put him up at a team hotel, and I'm just standing a friendly little.
Do you want me to tell the
Motel.
truth about all this or not?
You
No,
are
no,
not
no.
staying at a motel.
Let's not tell the truth about this because Michael doesn't want the truth to come out.
You are
Ah.
not staying. Like I don't know what the truth is, but I know the truth isn't.
No, I'm staying at team hotel,
staying-
except in London. Except in London.
He's just
Hang
having,
on.
He's just having a crack at me.
The games are up north. Oh,
No,
two of
Now,
them. Are.
London's the
They're
first,
based in London.
Oh,
first
they're based
10,
in
12
London.
days or something. Is that
Yeah, they're
right,
there
Chammy?
for a while. Yeah,
Happy days.
they're in London all the way through until captain's run for that Liverpool game. So they'll stay in London for 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks.
Is that right? Okay, I haven't looked at the itinerary.
Yeah, well played, mate.
Bit on the line. It's not a Kentucky tour. I don't
No.
know if you saw the England camp gathered and their coach laid it down to them, saying that There hasn't been one of these since 2003, and who's to know in this room that in 22 years' time we're going to play again? Like, this is your chance to do something that you will remember for the rest of your life. So that's setting a little standard. I'm sure the talk will be the same behind the scenes with Kevy Walters and his coaching crew. He's got Willie Peters involved, along with
He's got Gordon there to be the one to really rev him up, doesn't he? Like
Chammies, mate. Yep.
No, we're sweet. We're hanging out the last couple of days, actually.
Yep, look forward to it.
No, we actually been grand final.
Oh, no, at the grand final. No, over there, you're going to go on
Now, look,
bus tours in
the
London
team.
together.
It's interesting that the team, Adokar and Bradman Best have come in for Lomax and Coates, who are out with injury. The one, because I did the story last week on what I believe was going to be the 23-man squad. The league, the league there.
Yeah, the league.
According to News Corp.
That was off the back of a lot of phone calls, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that's how people just think that you're just given a piece of paper or someone sends you something in the mail and you just write the team. You speak to a lot of people. Even Volandis himself said that Tedesco's out, Strange is in, and said that the team was finalised. Once that's out there, you start making phone calls. You know who's been asked to keep training. You know who.
Yeah.
There are selectors and people who are talking to people, and you can piece it all together. The one thing I didn't have in there, which changed late, was Mitchell Moses. Because originally, you're allowed 24 players on a squad. Originally, Volandis and the commission said you can take 22. They then agreed to take 23, which is why Ethan Strange was in the squad.
Because I spoke to him a week or so ago, and he said he hadn't heard from Kevy.
Who's that?
Ethan.
Yeah,
So it must have been a late decision.
So they're out of the 23. Then they've met on Monday after the grand final, and Kevy and I believe a selector, I heard it was Joey, was strong on we need an extra half. We can't go over there without another half. We've got Strange, we've got Dearden, but we need one more. So the commission then allowed them to take 24, and Mitchell Moses was called into the squad.
Does that ruin Chammy's entire trip, I wonder?
No, why? I'm hoping to break bread.
Why? Do we need to go back there?
I've got no issues. I'm hoping to break bread with Mitchell.
Do we need to go back there?
I'm happy to sit down with
Do we need
Mitchell.
to revisit
revisit what?
some of the things you've said about Mitchell Moses?
I've never bagged him.
Oh.
I've bagged his manager.
I want a photo on social media with you and Mitch arm in arm, and it says 100% on good terms.
Yeah. Well, because obviously he pulled out of the show during the year while I was on 100% footy. I got no issue.
Keep talking.
You're going to come
You're not convincing me.
I'm happy to catch up with him.
I'll try and break bread for you.
What are you like? Who are you?
I'll be the peacemaker.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
thanks.
no, I won't. I'm going to keep my relationship with Mitchell. Actually, you can sort
Jerry
that one out
Springer or
yourself.
something.
So you guys will be joining us on the Journos edition from over when you go.
Yeah.
So you'll be back in the studio next week. We've got one in the studio, and
yeah.
then after that, you'll be the first one through the week, and then I'm going to step in and do the other edition with Brent Reed and Dave.
It's just going to be you and I together.
Are you leaving us?
No, I'm with you guys, and I'm with them as well.
I'm working on guests.
I'll work
mate.
with everyone.
I'm working on guests for this. We're going to go next level.
Are we?
Is that right?
Because of professional that I am.
Next level.
Yeah.
Why does it need to go to another level? What's wrong with
That's
the level
what
we're
happens. No.
Why can't you just be
If
happy?
you want to stick at mediocrity, then you stick with mediocrity.
Are you
I want to go
saying?
to another level.
Are you saying that us three to get all three together?
I'm saying there's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So get better.
It's fine how it is.
No,
don't change it.
I'm bringing in a guest.
Why
and you're
change
gonna
it?
get sacked.
Why change things? Doesn't need to be.
So what other journos?
No, players.
Oh, I thought because it's a journos podcast.
We're on a tour. We can try and get a player.
Yeah, players don't say anything anyway.
All right,
Not
fine.
to us.
I'm gonna get Mitchell Moses on. That's it. I'm making it my life's mission to get Mitchell Moses on the podcast.
Oh, I could probably get him on and maybe just be Adam, myself,
you know what we should
and
do?
Mitchell.
You should ask him to come on, and he says no because I'm
not
on there,
getting
and then you
involved
can
in
write
your
that as a
games.
story.
No, I'm not getting involved in your. I'm not taking this cause up for you. I like Mitchell.
Petty
He's a
little crap
fantastic
game.
player.
That's not what you said off air.
That's that's not. Again,
didn't see him
more
off air.
lies.
He came in here
walked
late.
You walked in 15 minutes late.
I'm going to break
As
bread with
usual.
him. He might reject me, but I'm going to make there's going to be a peace offering.
Yeah.
In London.
Mate, you're sounding like a Buzz story. How you made peace with Mitchell Moses.
Todd Carney.
Todd Carney.
See you next week, gents.
Goodbye.
See you, bye.